Getty. In the latest diplomats expulsions, Moscow will order more than 150 diplomats to leave Russia. Vladimir Putin discussed with members of his Security Council today about the reciprocal measures Russia will take, after Western countries expelled scores of Russian diplomats. The Russian Foreign Ministry has summoned embassy officials from a raft of countries that it deemed has taken unfriendly action against Russia in showing solidarity with Britain over the poisoning of former Russian agent Sergei Skripal and his daughter Yulia. In the latest diplomats expulsions, Moscow will order more than 150 diplomats to leave Russia. Britain and Russia have expelled 23 of each other's diplomats over the use of the military-grade nerve agent, Novichok, in Salisbury. However, today Laurie Bristow, Britain's ambassador, was summoned again. Getty. Laurie Bristow, Britain's ambassador summoned to Russia's foreign ministry in Moscow. Russia is in flagrant breach of international law, and actions by countries around the world have demonstrated the depth of international concern. A spokeswoman for the Foreign and Commonwealth Office, the Russian Foreign Ministry, has ordered Britain to reduce the number of diplomats in Moscow down to the same amount that Russia has in London. The number of British diplomats that will have to leave Russia was not immediately clear. A spokeswoman for the Foreign and Commonwealth Office said, "It's regrettable, but in light of Russia's previous behavior, we anticipated a response. However, this doesn't change the facts of the matter. The attempted assassination of 2 people on British soil, for which there is no alternative conclusion other than that the Russian state was culpable. Russia is in flagrant breach of international law and the Chemical Weapons Convention, and actions by countries around the world have demonstrated the depth of international concern." More than 150 Russian diplomats have so far been ordered to return home by countries including the United States, Germany, France, and Canada. Yesterday, Russia announced it would take reciprocal measures as it was closed the U.S. consulate in St. Petersburg and expelled 60 diplomats in response to Donald Trump's announcement that the same number of Russian diplomats will be removed from Russia's consulate in Seattle. Russia's Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov said the country was responding in kind to the U.S. action. He said, the measures would be reciprocal. They include expulsion of the equivalent number of diplomats, and they include our decision to withdraw our agreement to allow the United States General Consulate to operate in St. Petersburg. So far, Britain and Russia have expelled 23 of each other's diplomats. Embassy officials from 23 counties have been summoned to the Foreign Ministry building in Moscow today. The envoys will be handed protest notes and told about the Russian side's retaliatory measures, the ministry said. So far today, Russia has announced it will expel 1 Finnish, 2 Dutch, 2 Italian, 4 Polish and 3 Lithuanian diplomats. A spokeswoman for Lithuania's foreign minister said, "We consider this to be a disproportionate response because Lithuania has fewer diplomats working in Russia than Russia has in Lithuania." Russia will also expel 13 Ukrainian, 2 Spanish, 1 Norwegian and 4 German diplomats. German Foreign Minister Heiko Maas said, "The news from Moscow comes as no surprise. Even in the current climate, we remain ready for dialogue with Russia, and we will work on both European security and constructive future relations between our countries." Getty. Prime Minister Boyko Borisov says Bulgaria will not expel any Russian diplomats. Russia has also expelled 1 Irish diplomat, resulting in an angry response from the Irish Foreign Ministry. "There is no justification for this expulsion. Our staff do not engage in activities which are incompatible with their diplomatic status," a spokesman for the Irish Foreign Ministry said. Some EU countries have decided not to expel Russian diplomats. Bulgaria will not expel any Russian diplomats but has expressed its solidarity with its EU and NATO allies, as Prime Minister Boyko Borisov stressed the importance of keeping the communication channel open. He said, "At this stage, we do not think we should expel Russian diplomats and officials." Bulgaria joins the likes of Greece, Cyprus, Portugal, Slovenia, and Austria, who have decided not to join in the coordinated action against Russia.